Hi, my name is Sam and I'm a co-founder of Josef. Josef is a legal tech startup and Josef is also a legal automation platform. So we license our platform to firms like Clifford Chance to allow them to quickly and easily automate parts of their work. We're not here to talk about Josef though, we're here to talk about the Automation Academy, which is a program that we at Josef as Clifford Chance's tech partners ran with them in New York and DC over the last month. The program is designed to give the Summers, who we have with us today, the skills needed to make legal tech and automation work for them, their clients, and the firm as well. So we ran the program over 4 weeks. We learned about legal design in the first week, so how to identify opportunities for automation. In the second week, we learned about automation and computational law, so how to build legal bots, how to bring those ideas to life using tech and Josef. Third was UX design, so not just building functional tech, but how to build beautiful tech or tech that delights our end users. And the third was how to finalize and launch those bots, and most importantly, how to present and talk about new technology. We had demo day last week, which was the culmination of the program, where the Summers showed us the legal bots that they had built using Josef to solve real world legal problems. I was completely blown away. We've seen thousands of bots that have been built on Josef, and these were some of the most impressive I think I've ever seen, and I don't say that lightly. There were 8 in total. They range from solving inefficiencies in the firm, so saving time and money, generating revenue or new business for the firm, or like our 2 winning teams who we have with us today, solving a broader societal problem and bridging the access to justice gap, which is something that's very close to our hearts at both Clifford Chance and Josef. I think what was so impressive about what the Summers did was that they went from a standing start to a fully functional legal bot in less than 4 weeks. And I don't know a lot of legal ops teams that could do that. So that was really extraordinary to see. The other part though was that as Summers, as people who stand a little bit outside of the profession or who are just at the beginning of their careers, they were able to identify genuine problems and then identify genuine and build genuine solutions to those problems. So I think it was a really extraordinary effort. I want to introduce those teams though. We have with us The Plug, and we also have Fresh Start, both of whom won on a peer vote. Cool. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and I'm going to feel free to jump in. The first question is, can you tell the audience what it is that you built on Josef?
Sure, Sam. So our bot automates the criminal record sealing process for residents of the state of New York. And specifically, it tests whether they're eligible to have their records sealed. And then it actually helps them complete all the paperwork that they would need to deliver to the court.
Cool. Thanks, Tanner. And how did you come up with that idea?
So it was a bit of a combination, but expungements and record sealings are kind of a basic legal process that some of us have been exposed to, whether that's through school legal clinics or some of the experiences that we've had in other internships. And it became pretty clear to us that this was an area that would affect especially minority groups who are disproportionately affected by the stigma that society places on those who have criminal records.
Super important use case. Yeah, and a really powerful bot as well. Tanner, you can answer this question, or anyone else from the team as well. What was your experience of the program and building the bot?
Hi, Sam. I can jump in for this one. I think that when we were presented with the Josef software, that this was something totally new for us. You know, we are lawyers and we're trying to be lawyers, so we're in law school, and learning about tech was something totally not even on our horizon. So I think when we started, we all had this moment of feeling a bit overwhelmed. But as we worked through the 4 weeks, we actually came to see it as something that we were all capable of doing and capable of doing well to actually help somebody, within Clifford Chance and outside of it as well. So it was a unique experience because we were able to get creative and learn a new skill and to take kind of a solutions and efficiency oriented approach in doing so. And I speak for myself, but I think the sentiment resonates with the rest of the group that we really love this experience and we want to continue building our bot. So for that, thank you.
Cool. I'm glad to hear it. Thanks, Emily. Final question for the team is, why do you think the program was important? And if so, why?
Yeah, and I can mention this to get specific to our bot, which is currently specific to New York. New York passed a record-sealing statute that was designed to help people, reach this benefit and have their criminal records sealed. About 2 years ago, it was estimated to reach about 600,000 individuals, and currently less than 1,000 people have been able to seal their records in New York under that statute. And I think a lot of that is a testament to some of the complications in the application process, and hopefully this bot will solve those problems for those 500,000 people.
Cool. Super important. Thank you, Tanner. And we had similar legislation introduced here in Victoria, in Australia, I think about a year ago. So again, a new thing here as well. Great. That was fantastic. Thank you, team. I'm going to now throw to the plug to ask you a few questions about what you built and your experience as well. First up is, what did you build?
Yeah, so our bot is called The Plug. It stands for Protest with Legally Unique Guidance. And it was inspired by the many protesters that have been taking to the streets to demand racial justice and racial equality. It was also inspired in part by Clifford Chance's recent push for racial equality. As Summers, we have been able to be part of some of the important calls going on within the firm. And we were particularly inspired by the Black and Latino subcommittee meeting and their push for racial equality. So basically, our bot helps protesters, people who want to lead a protest, who are preparing to attend a protest, or who are currently at a protest, giving them resources to know their rights and know what they can do to help push the movement forward. It also helps support people who want to donate, knowing what organizations they can support to help support racial equality.
Great. Super important work, Kayleen. Why did you choose that use case?
So I think the reason that we decided to go with this bot and in this time especially is because I think there's this growing need globally about how we step in and how we take action as lawyers, as practitioners, and how we make it more accessible, because oftentimes what we do is far from the reach of those who are generally, organizing in communities, small business owners. Whoever wants to take part should feel like they have the right tools at their fingertips to go on and make that change that they want to make. And in this case, it was for racial equality.
That's a really lovely way of putting it, Rahima. Like it bridges that gap, doesn't it? We feel far away from those people, and building something like this helps us be a little bit closer. That's a beautiful way of describing it. To anyone else on the Plug team or to Rahima, what was your experience of building the bot and the program more broadly?
The bot was a unique experience, like Emily already echoed for Fresh Start, but I think that it was really welcoming to have Josef as a platform to do that within, because I felt very comfortable throughout the entire process. It was very user-friendly. When I did feel lost, when I did feel like I ran into a problem, it was kind of very self-explanatory what those next steps would be, and it was very easy to understand the flow of the bot, and it made me think more deeply about the kinds of questions we were trying to answer through the bot with how we were presenting the answers.
Cool. Thanks, Rahima. That's great. Final question for the Plug is, do you think the program was important? And if so, why?
I think the program was clearly very important. Not only did it allow us to see the whole other side of legal technology, but it also helped us realize how much Clifford Chance genuinely cares about advancing, both in making their own processing more efficient, but also the many social justice things that come with it. So I was honestly so impressed and inspired by the many people in Clifford Chance who reached out to us, gave us support for this mission, and were truly impressed by a bot that doesn't necessarily, help their bottom line, but instead helps society and allows lawyers like us to take part in that change.
Such a good and important takeaway, Kayleen. Absolutely, this shows that Clifford Chance does this differently, and I think that's so important to see, particularly as Summers starting your career. And with that, we are going to wrap up. Thank you so much to all of the Summers for coming along today and sharing your thoughts about the program, but even more importantly, for spending your time and effort and creativity in building out the bots that you did. I can't wait to continue the conversation with you about where to go next in this journey, particularly with your projects. And thank you so much for coming along. Bye, everyone.